Tonight, on the news tonight, Governor Soludo imposes curfew, bans Okada in 8 local government areas in the state. Education Commissioner Chuma Ode calls for international best standard in the teaching profession. While on national matters, federal government advocates for more productivity measurements to generate wealth and sustain development. On the foreign scene, 11 newborn babies die in Senegal hospital fire. Before the news in details, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and thanks for joining us on ABS Evening News. My name is Chinyere Ikoreke. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has imposed 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew for commercial motorcycles riders, shuttle buses and tricycle riders in 8 local government areas of Anambra State, starting from Monday 30th May 2022. Governor Soludo, who was speaking in a live broadcast from the Governor's Lodge, Amobia, said that security is fundamental in the effort of his administration to enthrone a livable and prosperous homeland. Government House correspondent Ejike Abana has details.
The bounty will depend upon the profile of the criminal. Their leaders will attract higher amounts.
The local government areas include Agwata, Ihiala, Ekusigo, Newi North and South, Obaru, as well as Urumba North and South. Governor Soludo, who stressed that the directive will be reviewed in a fortnight, ordered security officials to begin immediate enforcement of the directive. The governor announced that in addition to the 10 million naira reward for information about killers of Honorable Okechukwu Okoye and his aide, 1 million naira will be given to anyone who provides information leading to the arrest of anyone or group linked in any of these atrocious tendencies, as well as information about anyone or location where hard drugs are manufactured in the state. According to the governor, who asked union leaders to report their members who are involved in criminal activities, the measures are meant to address the spate of insecurity in the region.
The hour has now come, and we must rise up to take our destiny in our hands. Everyone, indeed everyone, has a role to play. While we continue to commit Anambra into the hands of God, we as a people must rise up to clean and cleanse our land. The security agencies will continue to do their part, but we, the people, must proclaim that enough is enough.
The governor pointed out that the state government will revoke and acquire any land found to be used and occupied by criminals. He also charged all landlords to begin Operation Know Your Tenants, calling on market leaders to join hands with the government through weekly security reports to the state government. Professor Soludo maintained that re-registration of vehicles used for transportation as a way of checking fake transporters. He charged all fuel stations to place cameras in their stations to trace criminals, expressing optimism that the season shall pass, as such tough beginnings usually foretells a glorious future, and joining religious leaders to continue to pray for the state to succeed.
All landlords are hereby directed to proceed on Operation Know Your Tenant by keeping appropriate records of their tenants and report anyone suspected of being involved in criminal activities. Each community leadership must keep full register of all tenants in their communities, their occupation, etc., and keep an eye on their activities. The state government shall, as an emergency measure, disband the leadership of any community which fails to report criminal activities in their communities or immediately respond to the request contained in this address.
The governor was flanked by service chiefs in the state. From the Governor's Lodge, Amobia, Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Post-Primary School Service Commission, PPSSC, ORCA, has flagged off its 2021-2022 leadership training for new prefects with the theme, Prefects, the Catalyst for Positive Change in Schools. The event, which took place at St. John of God's Secondary School, ORCA, had in attendance school principals, zonal directors of education, education stakeholders and students from various schools in the zone. Education correspondent Theophilus Ukoha now reports.
Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumaude, while declaring the event open, thanked the organizers of the training, commending teachers for their relentless effort in maintaining the internationally best standard in the teaching profession. Commissioner Ude, however, charged the school prefects to remain servant leaders and catalysts for positive changes in their schools.
Being a teacher is the best job anybody can do for humanity. Before you become the president of France, in your curriculum vitae, you must have at one point in your time been a teacher. If you have never been a teacher, you cannot grow. There is nothing as plenty as fulfilling as being a teacher. So thank you very much for choosing this wonderful path, for choosing this profession. I am so proud of honor.
Earlier, in an opening remark, the Executive Secretary, PPSSC, Oka, Mrs. Ndidi Aramasi, and the chairman of the occasion, Dr. Bruno Ibekilo, said leadership is a quality that needs to be developed and called for strong, effective means of communication between the teachers and servant leaders.
The senior prefects and other prefects are the spokespersons for the students and the executive in the school administration, spokespersons. You talk for them, you are their mouth, you are their mouthpiece. So your communication with the administration, the teachers, the principal, is very, very important. The Reverend Father that prayed for you also emphasized it.
In her welcome address, the Zonal Director of Education, PPSSC, Agwata Zone, Mrs. Chinelu Mortu, explained that professional resource persons were carefully chosen to dissect the topics for the leadership training and therefore urge all to pay rapt attention, imbibe the tenets of discussion for greater achievement in the future. She congratulated the newly selected prefects for being found worthy in character and academics and learning.
Sit down the standard points, put them in practice so as to promote yourself and your schools in good light of greater achievement tomorrow. Do not take this exercise just for the practice or mere rhetoric.
The principal, CSS Abu, Mrs. Ngozi Madueke, Dr. Nkichi Udeze, Director of Library Services, Kennedy DKE Library, Mr. Lawrence Emele, Principal of Agwata High School, and Dr. Aloysius Umodinaka, Linguistics Igbo Lecturer at UNIZEC, were among resource persons at the training. Questions and answer session and oath taking conducted by Reverend Canon Emmanuel Onu climaxed the event. Theophilus Okoha reporting for ABS News.
Anambra State Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Collins Wambuwane, says the present government led by Professor Chukwuma Soludo is resolute in achieving and maintaining peace in all communities of the state. Mr. Wambuwane restated this resolve while interacting with community leaders of Agulu, Anocha local government area at the Government House, Oka. Correspondent Emmanuel Chibata reports.
This is what you deserve. So we're giving you a merit. I didn't based on anything. MLM.
The commissioner who sued for peace in the community made it clear that the Soludo-led administration wants community leaders to play an active role, which is key for achieving peace and harmony in the state. He said that Professor Soludo's administration has come to offer solutions to the people of the state and by extension will reconcile all leadership issues rocking communities, following one of his core agendas of maintaining the rule of law, while issuing a letter to Chief Oliver Afamefuna authenticating him as the President General of Agulu community. The commissioner thanked the leadership and stakeholders of the town for coming together to ensure that long-lasting peace manifests in the community and urged them to give maximum support to the traditional ruler and the new town union leadership.
We are here for peace. An election has been held. and a winner Megan declared. Ife Mesley afterwards Puziala Talnaba. Why we're here now is to move forward, to move Agulu forward. I have called Onyebuchi and his team and pleaded with him. He has served me our Court of Appeal here, and by this morning, yesterday, he has told me he has withdrawn that matter. As a matter of fact, I think the lawyer is on his way to bring that letter to my office, right? Yes. To withdraw it completely, peace to reign.
The traditional ruler of Agolo community, Igwe Innocent Ubudako, said he is happy that peace has returned to the community while thanking the commissioner for making it achievable.
Okay, Chineke we meela anyị amala. The Honorable Commissioner, Boloso Mmadụ, Chineke we si n'ọnụ ya wee rụọla anyị ọrụ ebube. Nwekwezide okwu anyị kwuru ebe anwa. Anyị wee nwee ibe a na-akpa absolute peace. Na anyị na-azịnu na anyị celebrate peace anyị nwere. Commissioner emechagwokwa n'ihe o emela anyị. Oje hesizi ya n'aka Agụlụ ama enwezi nsogbu ọzọ. Onye weta nsogbu na Agụlụ anyị asị anya na yapụ. Anyị ama enwezi nsogbu. Anyị enwego udo.
The President General of the community, Chief Afamefuna, thanked the state government for recognizing him as the authentic PG, assuring to carry everyone along in the scheme of things to achieve sustainable peace and progress, while the immediate past caretaker PG, Sir Onyebuchi Obala, promised to support the new leadership.
I'm committed to moving forward with, the development of today to carry everybody along in my community to ensure that there is a lasting peace and progress. Where there is peace, the expected progress will be there.
Where there is peace, there is progress. And the support I get in making sure that the community move forward. That is why we are here.
Other stakeholders in the community, including Chief Dan Obefi, Sir Paulinus Anaboso, and Chief Ben Obi, thanked the state government for fostering justice and fair play, promising to support the community's leadership for developmental progress. Emmanuel Shibata, ABS News.
The Chief Medical Director of the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amak Walker, Dr. Joe Akabike, says the hospital has recorded a tremendous development in both infrastructure and efficient service delivery. Dr. Akabike disclosed this while briefing press over a malicious report by a national daily against the hospital recently. Health correspondent Chibuzo Okoye completes the story.
Addressing the press, Dr. Akabike, who regretted that the malicious report by a national daily on the 18th of May 2022 against him was defaming and injurious. The Chief Medical Director maintained that he started a process of visible, tactical and palpable reforms to make the hospital one of the best teaching hospitals in Nigeria in the area of infrastructural development and efficient service delivery.
I started the process of visible, tactile and palpable reforms in our dear teaching hospital. In a bid to make it a teaching hospital for our time. And within 1 year in office, we were able to reposition the health institution to live up to this expectation. We have improved the entire outlook of the hospital. One of the greatest problems we have in teaching hospital is that there's a lot of protocol. It is not necessarily protocol, but people do not understand that teaching hospital has a process. There are usually entry points. And if we don't know the other people, moving up and down.
According to the CMD, he also procured a power generating set to provide 24 hours of power to the dialysis and wards, provision of street lights, the introduction of service compact with all Nigerians, Servicom, to serve their patients effectively, and completed and commissioned a mother and child referral center, procurement of 3D ultrasound machine, among numerous others, and urged journalists to engage in investigative journalism rather than fake news.
We've got the mother and child working. We go here and you see. It's one of the best structures here. Within this short period, I have several accredited 4 departments in this place. We have accredited the pediatrics. We also have secured the acquisition for internal medicine, for training of people that are internal medicine. This has not been in this hospital since inception. This is the first time we secured the accreditation.
That the hospital will continue to live up to its mandate assured that under his watch, the Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu University Teaching Hospital, Amakoka, will become one of the best teaching hospitals in Nigeria, in Oka. This is Chibuzo Okoye for ABS News.
On national matters, the federal government cannot increase workers' pay or downsize its employees without productivity measurements. Minister of Labour and Employment, Senator Chris Ngige, disclosed this while speaking at the 3rd National Productivity Summit in Abuja, organized by the National Productivity Center, NPC. Senator Ngige explained that Nigeria cannot make progress without productivity measures in various sectors of the national economy, including the public service, banking, business, and agriculture. The statement by Head Press and Public Relations, Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment, Olajide Oshundu, quoted the minister as advocating the propagation of the culture of productivity, stressing the need for Nigeria to measure her productivity as a country. According to him, productivity as the efficient and effective measurement or management of available resources remains a key factor that enables society to generate wealth and sustain development. On the foreign scene, 11 newborn babies have died in a hospital fire in the west city of Tivaouane in Senegal. President Macky Sall tweeted that the fire at Mame Abdou Aziz Sy Dabakh Hospital was in the maternity department. Initial reports suggest the fire was caused by a short circuit, according to Senegalese politicians. The fire spread very quickly and emergency services were still at the scene. The hospital has been newly inaugurated. The incident has sparked a new wave of indignation on social media over the state of the country's healthcare provision. In sport, the camp of the Nigerian national football team in the United States is already bubbling, with 13 players already on the ground for the upcoming friendly matches against Mexico and Ecuador national teams. Topping the list of arrival is Everton midfielder Alex Iwobi, who is making a return to the Super Eagles since his infamous red card at the African Cup of Nations in Cameroon. The former Arsenal star was sent off in the Super Eagles AFCON round of 16 clash against Tunisia, in which Nigeria eventually lost 1-0 to the Carthage Eagles. The red card in Douala was Iwobi's miss out on the crucial World Cup playoff duel against the Black Star of Ghana in Kumasi and Abuja. Fresh from helping Everton escape relegation from the Premier League, Iwobi will hope to hit the ground again or running under Super Eagles' new manager, Jose Peseiro, who is also on the ground with his new assistants. Aside from Iwobi, one of Nigeria's top performers in Europe this season, Moses Simon, has also arrived in the Super Eagles camp. The number of years one lived on earth does not matter, but how the life one lived impacted others was the story of late Chief Lawrence Umezurike Anueku, whose life benefited not only the people of his community, but everyone who came in contact with him while alive. The late Chief Anueku, who was age 70, was fondly called Achicha due to his hospitality and benevolence to his people. Staff reporter Njideka Okoye covered the funeral ceremony and now reports.
Delivering a sermon at a funeral service held in his honor at St. Mary's Anglican Church Parish, Agolo, Anocha local government area, the Archdeacon of Agolo Ajekinri, Venerable Chamberlain of Fonakara, thanked God for the lifestyle of the late Chief Anueku, who he said was a man that always liked to identify with people, made himself available for God's use, had good leadership qualities, and has led many organizations in the church and society.
This man was a socialite. He was a man of the people, a man that never stays where there's idleness. He's a forward-moving man, an upright man. So he's a man of the people. We thank God for him. His life is a pointer to believing in God and working for humanity.
Speaking, the first son of the deceased, Mr. Ikenna Anyeku, and his first daughter, Amaka Anyeku, said their father, who loved music and things of God, was a man of peace, known for his hospitality, and promised to keep his legacies alive, thanking all who came to commiserate with them.
Former chairman,
man, everybody is testifying about my father. So all congratulations. Makaburu no buru chukwu oyebe ha agaba.
Mgbe ọbụla nna m na-achọ udo, ọ na-achọ udo, na-ekpe udo. Ọ bụ onye obi aṅụrị, ọ bụ onye ọ na-achọ ihe ọbụla na-eme, ọ na-achọ ebe katakata na-adị. Ị na-anya ife na-eme ebe a kịta mmadụ jupụtere. A na-enwe aṅụrị ife niile, ihe a na-enwe aṅụrị ọ bụrụ na ha chọrọ ka ọ nwụrụ bụ na-ewu kama na ọ hapụ legacy nke ya ma nwee ike ilozo elozo.
My message to people is that there will people that come here, they will go back safely. Ụkwụ ha ji bịa ka ha ga-eji wee nakwa ekpere nna ekpe n'isi fa. Nna m bụ onye na-achọ udo, bụ onye na-arụ ọrụ Chukwu ọfụma. Ị na-anya afọ ka ndị mmadụ si wee ju ifu na ọ bụ mmadụ ọrụ onye na-achọ udo na-akwado iwe ụka ma iwe obodo. Ife nna agwa ụmụnne m na anyị ga-enyomi agwa papa anyị maka na anyị ga-eso ntọala n'ụkwụ papa anyị debere anyị.
A business partner to the deceased, Mr. Onyenso Kafo, said that the late Achicha was a man of the people, always ready to help people, and a father to him, who always gave him advice, which helped him a lot, urging the children to continue to live in peace and the ways of their late father. The burial ceremony was well attended by a host of clergy, business associates, traditional institutions, friends, and well-wishers. From Agolo, Njedeka Okoye, ABS News.
May the soul of Sir Lawrence Anyeku rest in peace. That's the size of our package tonight, but remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Television Oka. Follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Before we go, here are the main points again. Governor Soludo has imposed curfew ban for Okada in 8 local governments in the state. Education Commissioner Chuma Ude has called for international best standard in the teaching profession. Federal government is advocating more productivity measures to generate wealth and sustain development. While on the foreign scene, 11 newborn babies have died in Senegal hospital fire. Here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Thanks for watching. My name is Chinyere Ikioreke. Good night.